Hey, what's up guys, Top Pat Insomniac here, and I am going to talk about the Super Bowl. Actually, so the reason why I was thinking about talking about the Super Bowl is because I did some work with Verizon, you know, the telephone company, as a sort of promotional thing to kind of just show off what's going on for the Super Bowl. Now, I realize the Super Bowl is over when this thing comes out. So it is when I was recording this. I was super busy over Super Bowl weekend, so I didn't have time to do much, which sucks because I'm behind on uploads and edits and all that jazz. I'm going to get down to what kind of happened. I'll break episodes up into day 1 and day 2. Day 3 and 4 didn't happen for me. I didn't work day 3 and day 4. Probably could have, but I was doing a bunch of stuff for school and just kind of got like really hectically out of left field type thing with everything that was going on. So day 1 of Super Bowl started out pretty interestingly because the night before I was working on a set for some stuff, and then I ended up getting emailed and texts, and they're like, hey, start time is at 9 a.m. and originally it was at 4, and I didn't get home until about 3:30 in the morning from the set that I was working, because we had to do all the stuff shot in one day, and we started at noon. So that was fun. So that's the first part of what happened. Second thing happens, I go to downtown, since the Super Bowl is happening, parking ramps and everything shot up, you know, like $50 a piece, basically. And it was the first of the month, so, you know, there went rent first right out the door. And then, so coming down to downtown, I'm like, Jesus, bank account is not what it needs to be right now. And luckily they are going to like reimburse me for all the extra payments, which is really nice for stuff that happens when you're like working on sets and stuff. You can get reimbursed if it is a paid project, depending on who's paying and whatnot. Generally speaking though, so long as you keep your receipts, you will get repaid, which is very nice. So basically what happened then, went to the location that we were supposed to meet up, and we got locked outside for like 30 minutes, 45, whatever, because we were waiting on our director to finish his meeting up basically, and then we had to go through some setup stuff. But that was really interesting because then I got to talk with the producer, the camera op, and he was a really cool guy. I won't give out his name, but he was really fun to hang around with. He was very knowledgeable about stuff, and he was, I don't know, he had some equipment that I was really interested in, so that was really cool. And I got like his contact info and all that jazz, so that's really nice. So now I have more people in the field. But it was really freaking cold that day. So once we got everything set up, we were now starting. Time got delayed to like 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. So I drove out there, yada yada yada. And now by the time we started, after we got everything set up and ready to go, for Verizon they wanted us to use like Google Pixel 2 phones. I obviously don't have one. Well, not obviously, but I don't have a Google Pixel 2 phone, and so we had to use like stock ones from them, obviously. I don't think they would have let me use mine anyways, but so we also had to use this thing called like an Osmo, and it was like a bouncing stick for your phone. Battery kind of kept dying on that, so that was fun. Kind of also a pain in the ass because we had to go find chargers every once in a while, which wasn't too hard, but at the same time, like during the Super Bowl and trying to get all this stuff done while it's really freaking cold, we just wanted to, I don't know, go and get everything done and just get out of the cold as soon as possible. Sadly, we were on set for basically 12 hours. Because, I mean, we didn't get going till 12, but we, you know, we all got up expecting like a 9 a.m. call, and then got texted around about 8 saying, oh, hey, you know, we're starting at 10. And so that was, it was what it was. But none of us really had direction because the director didn't have enough direction given to him. And like a lot of our plans changed, and so it kept changing throughout the day. But we also had to wait until certain events that happened later in the night to shoot a lot of stuff too, so we kind of ended up sitting around a lot in the mall, but it was nice because then we got to relax, we got to have food and stay warm basically, and I did take some cool pics, so those will be going up. So the first shot is like US Stadium. First shot is US Stadium Bank, and it's just, we were like driving around trying to find good shots of the building, and so, you know, there's like the side of it, and that's just Super Bowl 52. We were just kind of messing around initially, and then we got out front of the US Bank Stadium, and we were taking pictures there. I was still on car duty because we were kind of illegally parking for most of that day, because it was a lot easier and closer just to throw our car somewhere and get in, get out, and, you know, no parking, so you gotta keep the car running and try and get somebody to stay in the car. So luckily I didn't have to go out into the cold, but that still wasn't very fun. Next one is just like the gate, and looks like my director is standing underneath of it. I'm not entirely sure if that is him or not. After that, we went to some Japanese cuisine place, and we got like my director ordered a lot of food, so that was very interesting. And I got like this spicy curry stew type thing, which was really good, but really freaking hot. I was not expecting it to be that hot when I ordered it, because I added the like extra spicy juice or whatever, stew broth, I guess, yeah. And there was like some extra spice stuff, and so I was like, I'm gonna just take a bite before I add spice, because I'd be maybe way over my head. Well, turns out I was right. Next thing, you can't really see it too well, but it was called Game Freak video, or Game Creek video, not Game Freak. Not talking about Pokemon here, but I wasn't really too sure what it was, and I wanted to do some research, but it just kind of passed over me after that day, and I was like, I was exhausted after that day. Oh yeah, so the next thing is a video. When we went into the Nicolette Mall, there is a like falling rain machine type thing that you can kind of see, and it was really trippy at night too, because you could see like the lights coming up from below where the water was, and there would be, it looked like sparks were flying, which was really trippy. And like the last picture from this, the first day, is a postcard drawing of the US Bank Stadium that we were kind of just being handed out at Super Bowl-esque stuff, and so that was really interesting to see. Yeah, so basically that kind of explains all the craziness that happened first day of Super Bowl. If you want to know more, I will have another episode up shortly, probably like the day after this one goes up, or depending on the weekend, you know, we'll see what happens, but it'll be the next video after this one goes up. So stay tuned if you want to hear a little bit of craziness about what happened second day of Super Bowl. I will have it up next, and with that, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, blow up that like button, drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks so much, and this is Top Hat Insomniac signing off in 3, 2, 1.